Hello, 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 and welcome to another Countercharge videocast. I'm Andrew Sherman, and today I'm going to be playing against Jake Hunter and his Goblins. Today I'm bringing 1,000 points of my Basileans, and you'll notice my list has one unit of Elohai, two Arbalasts, a Wizard on a Horse, a Bess on a Panther, a unit of Swordsmen, a unit of Knights, as well as one unit of Paladin Footguard. On Jake's side, he's got a Horde of Trolls, a Sharpstick Thrower. He's got an actual unit of a horde of sharp sticks. He's got a giant, a war trombone. That's the old Hellstrom rocket battery model that he's using, as well as some spitters, and then a unit of fleabag riders, as well as one final wizard. I get first turn, so I get a chance to go ahead and move straight on forward. I'm going to take all my shooting, though, and I'm going to aim it at this sharpstick thrower. I do 2 wounds, and I am able to waver it. This is important because in this game, if I can get shooting supremacy, it's such a small board, we're playing on a 4x4, I got a good chance at making him maneuver the way I want to. Now, since it's Jake's turn, he decides to go ahead and move on forward. He's kind of playing a little bit of a cat and mouse game with me by putting his unit of fleabag riders over there on the flank and kind of challenging me to throw my Elohai into them trolls, which I'm really not in a mood to do. He does go ahead and try to shoot with his wizard at my Abess on a Panther, and he only does 1 wound and doesn't actually nerve it off the board. I do decide, since this is kind of a trial game for both of our lists, that I want to see how well my Knights and my Abess on a Panther do against this horde of Sharpsticks. I'm kind of wondering, since the Sharpsticks have the Phalanx rule, whether or not my unit of Knights as well as my Abess can actually break that unit of Sharpsticks without the Thunderous Charge. So I go ahead and I throw both of them in there. I figure, what's the worst that can happen? I can lose the game, right? I also decide that I'm going to throw my Elohai into that sharpstick thrower on the top left-hand corner of the picture. This is important because I want to get it out of the way, soon too. I do go ahead and I do kill the sharpstick thrower. Unfortunately, though, after 10 wounds, I do not get the unit of sharpsticks. In return, it's set up in a prime location where he can get countercharges off on me. I do get a chance, though, to waver that unit of fleabag riders on the side, which is huge because at least I don't have to worry about a flank charge coming from them. Unfortunately, the giant is in range for a flank charge on the knights, and he's smart enough, after having read the rules, that he's decided he's going to charge my Abess on a Panther with the unit of sharpsticks and charge the giant with the unit of knights. Why this is important is because since he's charged the individual on a Cav model, basically it's because if he can break that unit with the sharpsticks, he can actually overrun and hit the unit of knights and get a second combat. It's really the only way he's going to be able to get a chance to do that. Now you'll notice I positioned my swordsman on the bottom of the screen in order to go ahead and kind of keep myself in position for as his trolls move forward to get them in the flank. Unfortunately, I left him within 12 inches. It's a mistake on my part. He does go ahead and shoot my Elohai on the side. He does not break them. The bad news is, though, is he's going to break my Abess, and he's going to go ahead and charge straight on over with 1 inch away, getting into those knights, and you guessed it, the knights are gone. You can see his reforms. He's looking like he's got a very dominant position at this point in time. What he hasn't noticed, though, is the fact that up on the top, you'll notice I got the Arc of Sight there. I'm going to get the opportunity at this point in time to go ahead and rear charge the giant. But either way, his trolls made short work of the swordsman, and it's not looking too promising for me to begin with. So now that I've got my rear charge out on this giant, I've basically got to take the rest of the turn and kind of go for broke. Basically, I need a really big round of shooting. I'm hoping I can get 1 Arbalast to hit the fleabag riders, take out the giant with the rear charge and the Elohai, and actually get the other Arbalast to do enough wounds into the sharpstick thrower along with the wizard. And if I can get both of those units out of the way at one point in time, I guess all 3 after close combat, maybe I've got a shot here then with the Paladin Footguard to kind of roll up some other points. I do get the sharpstick unit out of the way with shooting. I do not break the fleabag rider unit. The Elohai do take out the giant. The problem with this is I'm now in range of taking a charge from that fleabag rider unit, and unfortunately, I'm not going to have a whole lot to be able to deal with it. I'm going to have to stand there and take it, and better chances are not, the Fleabag Rider unit, when it comes on in, is going to go ahead and kill those unit of Elohai, which is exactly what happens. As well, you can see the trolls are charging down toward the bottom of the board, or at least the bottom of this picture, and they're going to take out an Arbalast a turn. Unfortunately, it's not going to work my way. He takes an Arbalast out the first turn. The second turn, I go ahead and get some wounds on with the other Arbalast, as well as the lightning bolt coming from my wizard. Do 7 wounds. Unfortunately, on his turn, guess what? He regenerates 2 of those. How awesome is that? And then he gets the charge off on the second Arbalast. That means that the entire bottom portion of my board is done, and right now it's just a matter of him getting his Fleabag Riders on into my Paladin Foot Guard, and it's not going to really turn out well for me. He's going to be able to clear that up, and right now what you're seeing is a picture of the board after he's completely wiped me off the table. He's got a major victory in this game. What I did learn is that Thunderous Charge, you need to be able to get Thunderous Charge off, basically, because if you don't have Thunderous Charge, you are not going to have enough combat power in order to punch through a unit. Now, this is an extreme change from 1st edition Kings of War to 2nd edition Kings of War. And I kind of theorized that the move that I made on the sharp sticks, that was going to turn out that way. But seeing is believing, and once you get that experience, it's kind of ingrained in your mind. So even though I lost this game, I'm not really upset, because, this is kind of a practice game for Jake and I, getting used to 2nd edition. I'm probably up around the 15, 16 game mark now. Jake, this is only his first few games so far, and it's nice to be able to go ahead and start getting prepped for tournaments. There's a big tournament season coming around in 2016 with the Masters moving to Kings of War, and I'm pretty excited to get in on that. So anyway, though, guys, thanks always for taking a look at this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Hope to bring you more Kings of War battle reports as time goes on. Get these short snippets and hopefully get some tactic advice as time goes on. These things are always a lot of fun to play, and make sure that you keep rolling dice and check out our podcast, Countercharge, on iTunes, too. If you're interested in Kings of War, you can find out all the goodness there from hosts like myself, Rob Fanoof, and Mark Zielinski. Have a good one, guys.